Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. This winter has been non-stop. It's cold, it's snowing all the time, I'm plowing all the time. What are you gonna do? So I haven't been up to too much, just kinda small projects around the house, hanging out, saving my energy for what I know is probably going to be a very busy spring and summer. So, I don't know, it's the middle of March, I'm working on something kinda cool, thought I'd show you. Check it out, right now it's just a bunch of pieces. What could it be? What could it be? Stay tuned to find out. Whoosh! Ta-da! Look at that! Yeah, red racer. This thing's pretty sweet. This is my wife's birthday present. It's a little garden cart that you sit on here. You can spin around. Yeah! And it got a little steery guy. The handle goes up and locks out. Yeah. This would be great for planting seeds. There's a little bucket under here to store your tools, and then this fits a 5-gallon bucket for harvesting or doing whatever you're doing. This would be cool. It's red. They didn't have Kubota orange, otherwise I would have gotten that. Alright, well, now we have to present it to her.
Look at his tail.
Fox.
Just sliding around on the snow.
Oh my goodness.
What's he digging for?
He's scratching. He's getting scritches. Look at him. Oh, he might be digging for a mouse. Oh, I bet he's digging for a mouse. There he goes. That was freaking cool.
Freeze off that too.
What we got going on here?
Planting some strawberries. And that's white onions and red onions. Red Zeppelin.
They came a little earlier than we expected. So we're kind of rushing to get this done. Here's all of our strawberries. We ordered 25 of them. Just letting them soak a little bit before we plant them. I think they sent us 26. What's today, like March 25th?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this is what we got going on now. I can't wait to get our little grow hut. We got a little grow hut we're going to put them all in with some big fluorescent lights and probably set it up over there on the table. It should be pretty sweet. Alright. What'd you think of that fox earlier?
He was cool.
What kind of sound do you think he makes? Well, you've heard that fox for sure in the woods.
I'm excited for strawberries.
Yeah, this is gonna be sweet. And onions. We got onions for days.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's enough for one night.
Get these water.
Yeah. Oh hey, back in the basement again, and I have something to show you. What could this be? What could it be? It's so big and so ugly and so bright. Ta-da! It's a grow tent. Yeah. That I'm starting our little seeds in. These are actually the onions and raspberries. Came a little early, we were potting them the other night. But I put this little light up here to kind of just give them, they don't need a ton of light, they just kind of need to be kept happy. What I received today and just finished assembling were these two guys. This is what we're going to actually be starting our seeds under. And these There's a 2 bulb and then a 4 bulb on each of these. Oh yeah, look at that. That is very bright. So the idea is to put all of our seeds in here, and I'll probably hang these big ones. I probably won't use that one. This one's just kind of a single plant fluorescent T5. But these 2 big guys, this is a 4 foot by 4 foot by 7 feet, I think. It's normally supposed to stand upright, but I thought it would work better on its side like this on our table in the basement. And so far it's working out great. There's plenty of space in there. I'll be able to control the temperature nicely because this flips up and then that flips down and it zips up. So I'll put a fan in there. For now, like I said, this stuff is okay to be kept at like 60 degrees. So that's what I'll do for the next couple weeks with these guys. And then with these 2, this is where we'll be starting the seeds properly underneath. In the past, I've done them in front of the window and things like that, and they do okay, but they never do all that great. They get a little leggy because they're trying to reach for the light. So I got these and the tent and the whole setup so we can properly start our seeds, get the lights nice and low. We got these adjusters up here. I've got them on just an 18-hour timer for right now, just 18 hours on, 8 hours off. Is that upright? That's not 24 hours. I think I need to modify that. Anyway, I'll have it properly timed. But anyway, yeah, so this is kind of what I'm working on here. This should help us get a really good start to our seeds this year that we'll put out in the garden. In lieu of having a greenhouse this year outside. Might be working on something in that realm soon. But for now, this is what we got. So yeah, it's a pretty cool setup. I got my grow lab. You know, the other thing with kind of justifying the purchase of the tent and all the things is in the middle of winter next year, I think it'd be fun to like have a couple pepper plants or tomatoes. I don't know, just have fun with it. Grow stuff in the middle of winter when it's cold and miserable out, kind of like now. So, okay, well, that's the update here. I was able to clear off the shelf over here. We still have some onions in this box, just kind of chilling. I mean, we got like over 100 of these things. So we're still kind of working on that. But for now, this is what we got. And it's pretty exciting. So more to come when something changes. I'll bring you along. I know I've been slow on the videos. It's kind of the doldrums of March, though. It's almost April, so I should be able to get outside and start doing some stuff. I got some exciting things coming up this weekend. All sorts of stuff. So you might see it on this video. You might see it on the next one, but. We're gearing up. It's almost that time. So more videos to come, more exciting projects. And if you have any questions, comments, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Well, I hope you weren't very keen on that driveway because it's going away. Sorry for the bad view, I just don't want to get in their way while they're working. But we have something very exciting coming. I'll tell you more about it later, kind of once they're done working. I'm just happy to have people here working finally. This has been a long time coming. Oh yeah, look at that. Get it. Just a few short weeks ago, I was plowing snow off of that. Well, that's that. I'll check in on them later, but that driveway is probably going to be gone today, and I'll show you what's coming in its place. Looks like my little sandhill crane buddy is back. He must have heard the smashing of the concrete and smelled the diesel. I know that would bring me in. Oh, there he is. Little guy, right there, just walking along. There used to be two of them. I wonder where his little friend went. Oh boy, pretty excited about this. Look at that. Won't be using the garage for a while. Wow. So the plan here is pretty much to build a garage off of my existing garage. It's going to be a 3-car garage going out here. I'm going to have a 2-car and then a single car. They're going to be 8-foot doors on the front. And then something kind of cool that I'm doing is actually taking my existing door here. It's a 7-foot high, 16-foot wide, I think, door. And I'm going to put it on the back of the garage so I have a pass-through, but also so that when I'm working in the backyard, all I have to do is open the back door. Have easy access that way. But yeah, this is going to be sweet. And then the existing single car will continue where it is, obviously as normal. There will be this is where the wall will come out about halfway between the existing one and kind of go down that way. But yeah, guys are working here all day. I gotta get this tree out of here. I need to dig it out and try to save it. I was hoping I could maybe ask them to dig it out with their tool, their little bobcat here, or not bobcat, backhoe. So yeah, that was today's activity. They showed up, they tore it up. I think they're taking out this pad too. They had a full truck of concrete. It's going to be as tall as the rest of, back up here. It's going to be a same profile as the rest of the house. It's a little windy out here. So yeah, pretty much it's going to jut out that way. You can see the stake there is kind of where the edge of it will be. Single car, 2-car. There'll be a service door on the back. And it'll have a, that's called a jerkin head. Some people call it a Dutch gable, but apparently that little feature there is called a jerkin head, and we're going to mirror that on this side. And then we're going to do blown-in insulation in the attic, regular insulation in the walls, and then I'm also going to have them do blown-in insulation in the main garage and also all the walls, because as I discovered this past year, there's no insulation, and when it gets cold outside and there's moisture inside, it causes all sorts of problems. So yeah, so that is the project for this spring. I'm pretty excited about it, and that's that. So more to come. That's kind of what I've been planning all winter. You know, there hasn't been too much going on here. We're getting our seeds started in the basement. What else? I've just been planning this and looking forward to that. But we're going to start going pretty hard here once it warms up. And we got a lot of garden activity to do. We got some fruit trees that have been delivered. Gonna expand the raspberry patch a little bit. I'm gonna continue to get as much mulch as I possibly can and fill up all sorts of areas in the yard, make the garden a little better, bigger, all sorts of things, you know. It's just been planning, you know. We hit it so hard last year between moving, buying a tractor, learning how to use a tractor, and just trying to get our lives all organized here. This garage will be a big step forward towards just getting my life more organized and being able to tackle some new projects. You know, there's a lot of stuff when it's as messy as this and as disorganized as this. I generally know where things are, but a little bit of it's here, a little bit of it's in the basement, you know, a little bit of it's in random cabinets and stuff like this. If I can get it all in one place, it just motivates me, you know, when my time is already limited, you know, between work and life and house stuff and wife and everything else. Not necessarily in that order, of course. Wife is always first. You know, it just makes it easier when you have a nice workspace. And this whole area I'm standing right now, which is currently where we park our cars, this is just going to be a nice open workspace. You know, I don't know if the tractor will stay there forever or if it would make more sense to kind of live over there. You know, with the 8-foot door, I'll be able to leave the ROPS up. And ideally in the summertime, I can leave my, what is this thing? The cyclone rake. I can leave it all hooked up and attached to the thing. I mean, that was half my complaint. I'm sure anyone who's watched my old videos has noticed, like, it's like a 15-minute setup to get the whole tractor going, let it warm up, connect the cyclone rake, do all the stuff, and then at the end, clean it off, put it away. It just adds so much time when you're already cutting the lawn for, like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours if I do this whole yard. I probably mow about 4 acres in about 4 hours, so, you know, I don't know that I'll be mowing it all the time, but at least if everything is set up, I can, well, it certainly makes it an easier job. So, okay, well, that's about it. I don't know if they're coming back later today or tomorrow. I know we're supposed to get some rain and snow, but they assured me that I'm the first job on their list. And so far that has held true. They just showed up and started tearing up concrete, so it's pretty exciting. Yeah, it's probably good for them that there's no rebar in this stuff, otherwise that would have been a heck of a job. They were just kind of lifting it up and flopping it over. Yeah, I guess I hope it doesn't snow, because we're going to be parking our cars out there, and I don't even know if they remove that next piece. Yeah, I'll still be able to get out. Okay, enough rambling. I got to get back to work. But thanks for joining me. I hope I can kind of start making more videos, I don't know, more regularly, I suppose. I just haven't had all that much going on. I've just been relaxing, hanging out, and enjoying life before the chaos of spring begins. So, yep, that's where we're at. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.
I have food for the wormies.
So let's get them fed.
One thing I do with the stuff I collect over, usually it's about a week or two that I'll fill up these 2 jars, and this came from today. But I run these things through the microwave before I give them over to the worms. I read online some people do that just to help kill any bugs or bacteria or anything weird that may have managed to grow. I keep them in the refrigerator while they're waiting to go over to these guys, but just in case, I figured that's not a bad way of doing it. I also kind of do it because I think it helps get rid of some of the moisture in there. All this fruit and everything has so much moisture in it, even after drying out, that it gives plenty to these guys. I have been getting some, probably going to butcher the word, it's like leache or whatever the liquid is that comes out every now and then, usually a couple days after I top it off. I'll get a little bit of that. Sometimes you can hear that noise. When I first open it, I can hear them as they all kind of squirm away from the top. Okay, well, anyway, oh, and what I was saying about the liquid, so what I do is usually, I don't know, whenever I notice it, there's a little bug. Don't want that guy to get out. Usually when I notice it, it's, you know, maybe an inch up, and then I'll mix it fully with warm water and take that around to the plants, because you're not supposed to pour that onto your plants as it is. I think it's a little too hot. I think I've also read not to use the liquid on any plants that you eat the fruit of. I forget why, but you know, I don't know. Whatever's in it, it's not good for them if you're going to consume it yourself. So I don't do that. I just put it on the plants around the house that are all just decorative in nature anyway. So, okay, let me get some things sorted out here and we'll feed the worms. Actually looks like there's a little bit of liquid in there. Let's just tilt this. This thing is heavy. I should know it's heavy because it threw out my back a few months ago when I went to go lift it. It was a long time coming, but this thing was definitely the thing that took me out. Kind of another reason I haven't been posting too many videos. I've been just doing a lot of, I guess you would say, physical therapy. I've been at the chiropractor doing that. So, okay, yeah, that's... see some of that goodness there. There will be more, so I'll just wait to give it to the plants. Okay, so now we're in the garage. I brought the whole setup out here. Pretty much there's just a bunch of little fruit flies in there, so it obviously got too wet for them, or rather it got too wet and caused them to form. What I've kind of noticed is they're not a big deal as long as I don't open the lid. They'll pretty much develop in here. Yeah, there's quite a few. They'll develop in here, and then if I don't let them out to fly and spread, they pretty much just die. So I'm going to take out, and they're pretty much living in this paper, which I can feel is damp. I did for a while. I'm kind of trying a few different methods with this. Yeah, there's quite a few in there. I put down like newspaper, and then I would put this on top of it. That seemed to kind of help for a while. So I might go back to doing that. It was just kind of a lot of work. But all right, well let me get this pulled out of here and get the rest of this stuff added. Okay, well, that's that for now. I think they're way overfed. I think I just need to like stop feeding them because I lifted up a few of these earlier, and there's still little pieces of like newspaper and just a couple other remnants of like food, and there's worms down in all the bins just working on stuff. So I had cut them off for almost 2 weeks, and then I fed them when we got back from some traveling, and they're still working on it, so I think there's just a lot of stuff. I thought we had enough worms, but if I could do it again, I'd probably buy twice as many worms. I suppose I could still buy more worms now, but I just want to get this thing running right, because the next step is going to be I have to harvest the lower bin. So I don't know when I'm going to do that precisely, but it's probably going to be soon, because this thing's, after what I just put in there, that thing's probably going to be pretty full. So I don't know, maybe in like 2 weeks I'll try to harvest that bottom bin and get some worm casings from it. So that's it for now. I'm going to try to put all this together and make an episode and just keep on keeping on. Alright, well it's snowing currently. Actually it just stopped snowing. You probably can't even see out the windows there, but it has been a nasty winter. It's the beginning of April and it is still just awful. It's like 20-mile-an-hour winds out there right now. So not too many garden activities going on, so I'm just trying to wrap up the indoor things that I can before we start that season off. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. Cool. So pretty much they're putting in the foundation now, the footing, and then they're going to add the concrete blocks to, I don't know, create the whole foundation of the building. And I don't know, depending on the weather, sometimes they'll frame it and then pour the pad inside if it's too cold, or they might pour the pad and do the rest of the flat work, as they say later. But progress is good. Probably like 35, 40 degrees out there. Nice and sunny. So cool. Well, we'll see how we do. I'm excited about it. Here comes truck number 2. Truck number 1 is, you can't see it, but it's out there in the road. Right out there. Alright, got the footings in. Cool. I'm standing in my new garage. Wow. And they left their shovel out. Hope it doesn't rain. Oh. I guess that's that. It's April 5th. And if the weather, if the weather can hold up, I don't know, they can probably put those blocks in and get to building each day a little bit more. Oh, cool. I happened to notice where they hid the key on this machine here. I'll leave it alone for now. But I still do need to take that out. I feel like they'd be suspicious if they came up and that tree was fully dug out.
knowing that I don't have a backhoe for my tractor. Sure would be nice to have a backhoe though. Think of all the things I could do. What's that? Alright, well, I guess that's just gonna cure there for a while, and they'll be blocking it up. Alright, well, I am in the middle of editing an episode, and it's coming out today. Promise, you're gonna get it today, and this will be a part of it. So, I'll get back to that. You get back to whatever you're doing. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being a part of this. There's a whole lot more to come. It's gonna be crazy. I'll see you later. Bye.